Hey, this is the C&D channel. I'm Chris. This is also Chris. This is Dave. And this is MMA for You. We're going to be doing our predictions for UFC 150, Henderson versus Edgar 2, which is going to happen on August 11th. What do you guys think of this card, man, huh?
I thought this guy's pretty decent. I mean, again, I can see Henderson be out, kick your ass was 80.
Man, I can't believe you picked that right last time. I picked Edgar last time, you picked Henderson.
I don't even know why.
Oh, this is a rematch fight?
It's a rematch, man.
I'm telling you, Henderson's going to kick your ass again. You didn't pick on him last time. I was pure your fault, man. I can't wait to see, Henderson.
Chris was wrong on a pick?
Yeah. What do you think this card, man?
Just my general opinion.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the card. I see some pretty big names.
Shields, Cerrone, yeah.
Okami.
Yeah.
So looks pretty solid. We'll see. Time will tell.
Okay, let's do this, guys.
Absolutely.
Okay, on the main card, the main event, 5 rounds. Benson Smooth Henderson versus Frankie the Answer Edgar.
Again, Ben Henderson. I mean, this boy never let me down, dude. I'm pretty sure he could kick your Frankie Edgar ass again. Very flexible, strong takedown defense, good, wrestling. I mean, what else do I need to say? He has a good kick, strong BJJ, strong guillotine, strong, cardio. I mean, dude, really tough to finish. And he's strong guy, dude.
Exactly, man. Who do you got, man?
I got Benson Henderson also.
You got Benson Henderson, huh? You know what, man? I'm picking Benson here too, but despite that even though all three of us picked Benson, it doesn't mean like Frankie Edgar has no chance. Frankie Edgar.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. No, but it's like 3 guys. We're picking the same guy, and don't get the wrong idea about Frankie Edgar. He has shown in like the BJ Penn second fight and the Gray Maynard second fight that he does make the proper adjustments in the rematches. So that makes me worried for Benson Henderson. Also, his style is really quick, throws combinations, has good wrestling.
Why don't you recap the first fight for all the viewers? Henderson won that fight, right?
Yeah.
Was it a knockout?
No, it was by decision.
By decision, so
Yeah.
You expect another decision this time?
Yeah, both these guys are too tough to finish, and I got Ben Henderson winning. I think his strength and his length really helps. Like the kicks really helps. His overall wrestling and overall grappling ability, really helps. With Edgar managed in the 5th round to drop him, and the first fight was really close. The turning point of the fight in the first fight was Benson Henderson getting this massive up kick on Frankie Edgar's chin that almost knocked him out in the 2nd round. After that, it was just a little more Benson Henderson winning the fight. This one, it's tough to say. Like I said, Frankie Edgar can make adjustments. He does get hit clean, but so does Benson Henderson. I like Henderson's overall takedown defense, his overall flexibility, toughness, his cardio. One thing with Frankie Edgar is that he likes to rely on speed. The only problem is you got a guy in Benson Henderson that is both strong and he's quick.
Yes.
Well, he has got any additional comments?
That is why I always pick on Henderson, because he is not just strong. He's strong as a monster, but
those legs, man.
His
God.
legs are huge, and if you got a couple kicks, definitely slow you down, definitely make you tired. I mean, I know Frankie is hard to finish, so it's the last fight, and Henderson didn't finish him. But again, his power is something I rely on to win this fight. I'm not going to say, again, I don't think he will finish Frankie Edgar, but I would definitely think because of power, because of the strength, he will win this fight on decision as well.
Any additional thoughts to this fight,
I think the combination of kicks, wrestling, and the takedown defense will equate to a decision win for Benson Henderson also.
Cool. Okay, and the co-main event, we have Donald Cowboy Cerrone versus the young assassin Melvin Guillard.
Melvin Guillard.
Oh yeah, Melvin Guillard, huh?
One punch KO power. What do you expect, man? He got a really fast hand. I mean, I always like him. To, when he show up. I mean, I just think he's a really good candidate, and I think he can win this fight.
I got Donald Cowboy Cerrone, man. I think he has a lot more variety in his kickboxing. Really good kicks. Durable guy. Tough chin. His cardio. This guy's gone 5 rounds before. Trains at Jackson's. Formerly a training partner of Guillard, actually. Before Guillard went to the Black Zillions. Who do you got, man?
I got Cowboy Cerrone on this one. Sorry.
No problem.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've always been a big fan of his. He's got really good kickboxing and good chin, and I think that pulls on.
Cool.
Well, but don't just remember, like again, Melvin, his in and out style is pretty cool. I mean, again, he keeps his,
He has to keep his hands low, though, man. That's his problem.
I know, but
Got dropped by Joe Lozon because of that.
He got power. If he can go in and out, couple shots here and there, definitely gonna tire you out. And then he has really good offensive wrestling too. I mean, he tire you out, he take you down, top control.
I don't know if that's gonna happen to Cerrone though, man. It's a thing. I gotta go with Cerrone, but Melvin's always a threat because that one punch KO power, and he always seems to be maturing as a fighter. In his last fight, he was a lot more composed. Didn't look for a knockout, picked his shots more, so it does make me a bit worried. But I got Cerrone.
Yeah, I think Melvin is a smart fighter. He will adjust what he needs to.
Okay, next fight after that we have Jake Shields moving back to 185 as he fights short fuse Ed Herman.
I don't know. I like Jake Shields. I hope he will win this fight. It's tough to say, but
you always like the jiu-jitsu guys, right?
Yeah, black belt jiu-jitsu guy. Good chin, but I never really impressed with his jiu-jitsu. He just go attack like a mad dog, But again, I still think he has the potential to win this fight.
What about you, man?
I got Jake Shields all the way.
Jake Shields all the way.
All the way.
You know what, man? Jake Shields definitely has the bigger name, and he's beaten probably the tougher opponents. But you know what? I'm going with the upset here, man. I'm going with that Herman.
Would you put your money on that? I'm just kidding.
Honestly,
how confident are you about that pick? Because
you know what?
that's insane.
I'm not like super confident, but I'm not just picking this to like disagree with you guys. I think Ed Herman. Here's one thing with Jake Shields: almost everyone that he fights will have a stand-up advantage over him. I mean, his striking is just atrocious. The guy has no power, and it looks clumsy at times.
Well, but again, Ed's striking is not super wonderful neither. So.
It's not wonderful, but it is improving, and it's better than Jake Shields.
Yeah, that's something I worry about. But if Jake Shields can go, attack him, take
He's
down.
just gonna take him down. It's not.
Well, here's the thing with that too. Ed Herman is not a bad wrestler.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He has 13 subs out of 20 wins. He took down Clifford Starks, who was a pretty strong wrestler as well. His takedown defense is pretty solid, and his overall wrestling's solid. I don't know if Shields will be able to take down Ed Herman that easily, to be honest.
I don't think that is a question because Jake Shields gonna take down over and over and over until he's successful. I think he's a routine man. Just gonna take down 10 times until he take him down and then there.
I mean, yeah, true. He's really relentless about getting those takedowns. That's true. But you know what? I think Ed Herman could beat him up on the feet and avoid the takedowns. That's what I got. What about you, man? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I got Shields. I got him taking down Ed Herman and just working him on the ground.
Okay, cool. Next right after that, we have Yushin Thunder Okami versus Buddy Roberts.
Yushin Okami doing because good boxing. He really utilizes his jab, so I really like him. And his street punch is really cool. So I'm thinking he will win this fight.
Yeah, Yushin Okami should win this fight. Despite losing to Tim Bosch in the last fight, I mean, he is dominating Bosch, you know, in the first 2 rounds. He uses a lot of straight punches, and that's really good. He's strong in the clinch, he has good judo, and his top control is good as well. I mean, he's a well-rounded fighter.
He is.
I'm gonna say this. If Yushin Okami fought Tim Bosch again, I'd pick Yushin Okami, to be honest with you. What do you think, man?
I got Yushin Okami on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think it should be too tough for him.
Buddy Roberts, you know, he's a new prospect, 29 years old, 12-2 record, 4 KOs, TKOs, 5 subs. Trains at Jackson's and on a 6-fight win streak. He's not a bad fighter. Just I think Yushin might be. I mean, Roberts was supposed to fight like what Chris Camozzi until like everyone got injured, and now he's fighting Yushin Okami. You're going from Camozzi to Okami, and that's pretty big, you know.
You know, again, you gotta understand Okami. I mean, his judo is really good judo. I mean, you know, he will take you down if he needs to. I mean, again, if you're doing stand out with him, his jab and his straight punch is pretty deadly. I just feel like overall in any atmosphere, I feel Okami just way better.
Yeah. Cool. And finally on the main card, we have some prospects here as Justin Lawrence fights Max Holloway.
Justin Lawrence.
Oh, why, man?
Well, again, you know, again, he has a really good kickboxing. I mean, good kickboxing, utilize, you know, his left hook. Definitely think it's a, you know, good way to win. Plus, anybody who utilizes his kick is deadly. You know, the kick. You know, if you know how to utilize your kick, that's a tremendous power. We see that happen over and over.
Well, you remember in his last fight against Kofer, I mean, that head kick KO right there, man. That was his first KO, and that was he hit him with his toes, and he still knocked him out.
That just demonstrates how much power you can have when you utilize your kick correctly.
Yeah, man. You know what? I like Lawrence, but I gotta go with Max Holloway, man. You watch his last fight against Pat Schilling. I mean, that guy was just giving him a shellacking. Good body punches. Considering he only has so few fights, his composure's good. He wasn't going all crazy on the guy. He was just picking his shots, showing some good stand-up, good body punching, mixing it up with some strikes to the head. I like Max Holloway to win this one.
No offense, I like Holloway. I mean, Holloway is a smart fighter. I really like it. He's a body punch, but you know, like Asian boy got no love, Ned Fan, man. Good body punch doesn't get you anywhere, dude.
Well, who do you got?
I got Max Holloway on this one.
The Hawaiian.
Somebody mentioned Justin Lawrence was just on the Ultimate Fighter. Is that
yeah.
Correct? Did he win it?
No, man. He lost to the winner, the guy with the beard. I forgot his name for a second.
Yeah, so you know, it looks like these guys don't have too many fights under their belt. So, you know, it can happen. But I don't know. I like Max Holloway for all the reasons that you had mentioned.
Okay, now let's go on to the prelim card, which is going to happen on FX. Okay, Dennis the Menace Bermudez fights Tom Hayden.
Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis.
3 KO, 1 sub, you know, very strong wrestling. I mean, anytime you have a good wrestler, you know, good top control, you can easily just win by decision.
Yeah, that's what he did in his last fight against Pablo Garza. Just slammed him to the mat. He would get up kicked a couple times and whatnot, but otherwise, I mean, just slam Garza to the mat, ground and pound, rinse and repeat. Who do you got, man?
I got Dennis Bermudez also. Yeah, I mean, for all the reasons that you had mentioned, and he looks like he's got a good chin, so
he does, because his defense sucks.
He's gonna need it.
I mean, the guy defensively is terrible. Offensively, he's great though.
You know, again, I don't think you even need to go to stand out. He's just gonna use his wrestling technique, like we see over and over. Take you down, top control. Take you down, top control, until you get sick and tired of him.
Yeah, that's what he did in the last fight. That's what I expect in this fight.
Absolutely.
Okay, next fight after that, Jared Hammond fights Michael Cooper.
What you got?
I got Michael. You know, he showed in his last fight against Natal, especially in that 3rd round, he showed some pretty decent striking. He has strong judo, 11-1 record, 6 KOs, TKOs, 4 subs, only 23 years old. I'll pick Cooper to win this one.
I just want to pick Jared because he has a lot of KO, TKO. Obviously, the guy really has a good standout, but he also is weak on standout defense. It's just like, 50-50. But
he's a pressure fighter. That's what he pressures opponents.
It's really aggressive.
Yeah.
The guy has a good chance, good ground and pound. But I don't know. I just feel like, in his good day, he might win. So don't discount him.
No, you can't discount him at all. I picked against him a lot, and he's ended up winning. But I'll go with Cooper to win this one. I just hope he fights smart and doesn't get into a brawl with Herman.
But you gotta understand what Herman is pushing for. Give you that. He changed the entire fighting environment. Sometimes just get his opponent really frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just want to get it over with, and that's how he won again.
Yeah. Who do you got, man?
Who'd you go with here?
Herman.
Oh, you're going Herman. Okay. I'm gonna go with Chris on this one. I'm gonna go with Michael Kuiper. Is it pronounced? I don't really know that much about these two, but from what I can tell, Kuiper's got a little bit of an advantage.
Cool. Okay, next fight after that, we got Ken Stone versus Eric Perez.
I get Ken Stone. He has a 2-fighting win streak. Very good standout, very good BJJ, kind of well-rounded. Yeah. It's not a bad pick.
Trains at American Top Team. I like Ken Stone. I've always liked the guy. I thought he's always solid. I'll go with the youngster Eric Perez, 22 years old, trains at Jackson Winklejohn, 6-fight win streak. You saw him submit John Albert, even though it was kind of the ref's fault because Albert didn't actually tap, but he showed some really good ground acumen. 7 of his 11 wins are by submission.
Yeah.
Who do you got, man?
I got Eric Perez also. I like this kid. Looks like he's up and coming, and I think he's got what it takes, and he's obviously training with a great team. So.
Cool.
Yeah, the reason I pick out Ken Stone, I think the standout he might have a better standout. Hopefully, he utilizes that.
He's a solid fighter. I've always liked Ken Stone, but I got to go with the younger, really hungry fighter here, in Eric Perez.
I agree.
Okay, next one after that, I believe Nick Lentz is going to make his featherweight debut, if I'm not mistaken, against Eiji Mitsuoka.
I picked Mitsuoka for 3 reasons. Good wrestling, good BJJ, but also because it'll be the first time for, Lentz go to a different way. So I don't know. I don't know how he will adapt this.
Yeah, I think he's going to featherweight. I'm not too sure. I think it is, but yeah. Who do you got, man?
I got Mitsuoka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to support, the
Asian guys.
But no discredit to Nick Lentz. He's a solid fighter. So.
Yeah, Nick Lentz is a solid fighter, man. The thing is, he got a really bad rap when he fought Andre Winter, and he really wall installed him and whatnot. However, ever since that fight, he's tried to be more exciting. Looking at the Evan Dunham fight, this guy has solid kickboxing, good wrestling, and like I said, he's making a solid effort to be more exciting. I got to go with Nick Lentz. I think I think he can actually, if he is cutting to featherweight, I think he can really get up there, man.
Well, we will see. I mean, again, I'm not picking because those two are very similar fighters, but Nick is changing a different weight division. And I just that's always raise the red flag.
Okay, and finally we got on the Facebook prelims Dustin the Disciple Peg versus UFC newcomer Chico Chemist.
Who do you got?
You know what? I hate to say it, I'm not really impressed with Dustin Peg. So I'll go with Chico Chemist, even though I don't know much about him. I know he trains at Rufus Sports, so I expect his stand-up to be pretty good. And he has a 3-fight win streak, 11-3 record, 4 KOs, TKOs, 3 subs. Peg's not a bad fighter. Stand-up solid. He's a tall and lanky guy.
I mean, the guy doesn't, you gotta understand he has an ace submission. I mean, the guy is a finisher, so he has a good stand-out too. you know, tall and lanky, really good at BJJ. So I am relying on his BJJ to win this fight.
Yeah, it's also not his first fight in the UFC either. So.
No, the guy's fighting 17 fights already. I'm pretty sure he's experienced enough to fight this one to win this one as well.
Who do you got, Chris?
I got Dustin Peg.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. This is Camus's first fight in the UFC. You know, I always discount fighters that are just, you know, making their debuts because it's just such a different environment. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, it'll be exciting to watch. I don't know too much about these two fighters either. But,
I mean, the mentality is really hard. It's not, you cannot just
octagon jitters, right?
Yeah, you cannot just come over here and say, oh, well, you know, I fight everywhere else, it's going to be the same. All of a sudden, you know, you don't know where to go. You're not getting used to the environment, you know, and then you're fighting a guy who is not bad at all. So, I don't know.
Okay, let's recap, guys. Benson Henderson fights Frankie Edgar.
Of course, Benson.
Benson Henderson.
Benson Henderson.
Okay, Donald Cerrone versus Melvin Guillard.
The assassin, Melvin.
Okay, we got Donald Cerrone.
Cowboy Cerrone.
Okay, Jake Shields, Ed Herman.
Jake Shield.
Jake Shields.
Ed Herman. I'm going with the upset, man. Okay, Yushin Okami versus Buddy Roberts.
Okami.
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 Okay, and Justin Lawrence fights Max Holloway.
Justin.
Okay, I got Max Holloway.
Justin Lawrence.
Didn't you say?
No, Max Holloway.
Man, he's sleeping,
I
man.
need to get some coffee.
No, he just realized that Justin's better pick and he don't want to pick Holloway anymore. What's wrong with that? You know, the guy get the last
What's
chance.
wrong with disagreeing with Dave?
This is the last pick, right? You know, final decision, right? I recruit him back to Justin.
Okay, on to the prelims. Dennis Bermudez versus Tom Hayden.
Dennis Bermuda.
Dennis Bermudez.
Dennis Bermudez.
Okay, Jared Hammond versus Michael Kuiper.
Gotta go with Jared.
Michael Kuiper.
Jared Hammond.
See, what's wrong with
Okay, Ken Stone versus Eric Perez.
Ken Stone.
Yeah, Eric Perez.
Eric Perez.
Okay, Nick Lentz versus AG Mitsuoka.
Mitsuoka.
Nick Lentz, man.
Alright.
And finally, Dustin Peg versus Chico Camus.
Dustin Peg.
I got Chico Camus.
Dustin Peg.
Okay, that's pretty much it for our predictions for UFC 150. If you have any comments, just leave them below. Any final words, man?
No, not really. I'm just looking forward to watching Cowboy Cerrone, you know, fight again, and Yushin Okami and Jake Shields, and you know, hopefully it'll be exciting.
How about you, man?
Well, this is another good UFC fight. I mean, after 148, you be like, oh, can I have something more exciting? Not bad fight, you know, not bad fight cards, but I really want to say is continue to support us, continue to subscribe us. You know, we try to incorporate more different way to make this channel stronger. Now we have 3 people give us prediction, so you can get every different way. And hopefully later on we can do something more exciting. You know, have you guys call in or do a phone prediction as well. We continue to expand. Just give us more idea.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it for MMA for You. Thank you guys very much.